Witch of the Holy Night visual novel delivers tense, satisfying story. Japanese game company Type Moon is known for its wide variety of visual novels, namely its most well-known property, the Face the Night series. While just about everyone familiar with Type Moon knows about Fate or even Tsukihime, there are still a few one more of titles they have long flown under many fans' radars. Case in point, Witch of the Holy Night. Witch of the Holy Night is a connecting novel that means to be experienced less than it's played. It's a typical visual novel. In fact, it's actually a prequel to the remake timeline of Tsukihime, the visual novel from which the Melty Blood series sprang, which kicked off in 2008. This iteration of Witch of the Holy Night is, itself, a remake as well. It's also an excellent narrative that's well worth experiencing, even if you have zero familiarity with Type Moon's content. This coming-of-age journey follows three high school students, which Alice Konji, Mage, Aoko Aozaki, and transfer student Sojiro Shizuki all three live together in a mansion. One day, Shizuki saw about the mage in which he's now living with practicing magic in the park in a society where the magic is supposed to be kept under wraps. That night, a mannequin-like being attacks the two girls and ends up being burned up. Alice and Aoko see Shizuki and assume he was responsible and they can get away alive. As a consequence of seeing the pair, Shizuki soon comes to live with both Aoko and Alice. The pair have to make a decision as to what they should do with Shizuki so that no one can find out about the magic they'll be dallying with. But while Alice is part of the story, the narrative mostly centers around Aoko and Alice. Alice and Shizuki, they both have very different views about the other, with Shizuki making strange, wildly incorrect assumptions about Aoko, and Aoko being well unable to stand Shizuki for the most part. Shizuki is a quiet, warm-hearted country boy who players will end up empathizing with more than Aoko or Alice, especially given Alice's emotional detachment and Aoko's hot-blooded personality. While living in the mansion, the trio come to find who was responsible for the attack on the faithful knight to meet Shizuki, but not before they form complicated relationships together that make for some intriguing storytelling. It's a simple setup that opens up to a satisfying, intriguing story. It's more story than game. However, A Witch on the Holy Night is a straightforward visual novel that doesn't really rely on branching paths or even animated conversations. It focuses more on backgrounds, sound effects, moving music, and obedient environmental features that amp up the attention. Most importantly, every background image is deliciously sharp and in full, beautiful color. It's a real treat for the eyes and something that every visual novel gets to show off. The music is gorgeous and the voice acting solid. Drunk, there is no English option, but that's something that concerns you. But the rest of the game is clean, aesthetically pleasing, and exciting the way drawn. It's best experience sitting in the dark with plenty of time to focus on each page of text so you can really take in the story. Think of curling up with your favorite book on a cloudy day with your favorite blanket and immersing yourself at a great story. That's the name feeling what Witch of the Holy Night can give you. This is the best particular visual novel it has ever looked and performed even aside from the original PC release. It's also the first official English release of a real Type Moon visual novel, which makes it an even more special experience for fans who have been following the company for some time. So if you're looking for something to devote a few hours while you get to know some particularly memorable characters, Witch of the Night, it's a fantastic choice. And the good news, if you enjoy the setup and the people you met along the way, there's an anime adaptation in the works.